Most of us only think about the employment market from the job seeker's perspective, but it's really important to think about it from the employer's point of view as well. So it's important to remember as a job seeker that there is no conspiracy. They're not out to get you, they're not out to trick you. It's simply a factor of the fact that there are so many applicants and relatively few positions. Obviously that's starting to improve in most areas now, but there is no conspiracy. It's really important that employers are going to look at roles in terms of competencies. So when they're thinking about, I have a position and I need somebody for this particular role, and I need someone who can manage a project and can do the finances or whatever. So they will have a very specific idea of what it is that they want and the skill set and the competencies that are needed for that. And they'll be evaluating potential employees on which person has actually proven their skills to do the job to the greatest effect, whether that's looking at CV or an online application, or whether it's on foot of an interview. And the other thing to remember is they are snowed under with miscellaneous CVs, so the more that you can communicate more effectively and clearly with the employer, that's going to be really important. So the way you prove your skills is through very effective communication. So just some of the points to remember when you're thinking about writing a CV or a cover letter or an email to somebody. The absolute number one rule in any communication is thinking about the target audience. Most people who are writing an email or a CV are thinking about it from their own perspective. So it's really important to think about, what does this person need to know? So they don't need to know your whole life story. They need to know some little bit of background, but they also need to know clearly what it is that you can do and how you can deliver. So you need to give examples, concise examples. So I managed a project to improve the expenses process, and that saved X amount of time and Y amount of money. So to make it really clear of what your skill set is. Verbally, if you get the chance to meet somebody, you need to be very clear about what skills and attributes you have that are useful. So at the beginning of an interview, if you're asked, so tell us why you're here, or tell us why you're the best person for the job, you need to be very comfortable with stating what it is that you have that brings your unique qualities to that role, without it feeling that it's learnt off or mechanical. It needs to still feel like you, but that you're comfortable enough with it that you have it fairly down pat. Your written skills need to be very good. So you need to be able to write clearly and concisely and particularly accurately. So if you're filling in an application form or sending a CV or a cover letter or an email, it needs to be completely proofread, probably by a couple of people. So it's really important that could be the very first impression that somebody gets, and it's important that it comes across really well and really reflects well upon you. Visually, we communicate visually as well. So it's really important to think about the impression that you make, and smiling and making eye contact, and like walking tall so that you come across as being confident, even if you don't. So it's kind of a case of fake it till you make it. And recently, a more recent phenomenon obviously is social media, and making sure that all your online interactions, which can be visible perhaps sometimes to the whole world, professional, and that you need to think about your reputation. So if there's anything personal online on some of the private social media, that you need to actually think about, could a potential employer actually see that? Because that is what they do now. They actually will do searches on people and see what they can find out about them independently before deciding to offer an opportunity to that person.